Hi there once again. Welcome to the Single Dads Unplugged Season 2. And with me, I've got the young lady, beautiful lady, Angel. And I'd like you to introduce yourself to us and maybe talk a little bit about your mom.
Hi, Say. I am Angel Thokoane. I'm a 22-year-old. I just finished my studies in culinary arts and liquor management.
Oh, wow.
I'm currently just being a daughter to my mom.
Currently, I like that. You were talking to me earlier about your journey overseas and your passion around different studies. I'm going to come to the fact that you've been raised by a single mom, but tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing overseas and when you're coming back.
So, in university, I majored for 2 years studying culinary arts and then finished off with my BCom, as I told you. And then overseas, I will be getting into the marketing field. So while I was studying, I just discovered that I actually like marketing, and I'm also a very creative person. So I was like, I think marketing will do justice to combining.
And it's something you're passionate about.
Yes, I love marketing, social media, digital marketing. So I feel like I'll do well in that
You'll do
space.
it. And congratulations again, and good
so
luck
much.
with that. And I want your mom to tell us good stories when you come back.
Of course.
And hopefully you can share stories yourself. Maybe come back to the channel and share that with us. We were talking to your mom earlier as part of the big panel around absent fathers, or even in your case that's not relevant. But how has your mom played both kinds of roles in your view, or have you been having someone outside of the family that has got that father figure just to support you navigate life? How has that worked for you?
I think for the first few years after our dad's passing, she has been trying to juggle both roles of being a mom and a dad, and she's doing a great job at it till this day.
She needs to teach us.
Yes, she's doing an amazing job. We do have, as she said in her network, male figures that try and come in and just be the father figure, talk us through, boy problems or life in general from a male perspective, because as much as she's a mother, she can't necessarily be a father. So from her network we've had really good friends of hers that come to us and talk to us about general life.
That's nice. And that's a good thing, because we were asking the panelists around there, do you believe that she makes space available for you to access those fathers, and also obviously maintain matters of confidentiality between you and those dads, and she doesn't poke all the time? What are you discussing? And I want to know everything.
I think fortunately for us, the males that she has brought to us, and they're very open and very understanding of our situation, and also very loving. They treat us as their own kids. So they'll be like, don't worry, I won't tell mom.
It's gonna be okay.
Yes, it's gonna be okay. Or when they see that mom is frustrated with us, then they'll pitch in. And then they play that role very well. So in terms of confidentiality,
it's always there.
It's always there. Privacy, I think they respect us in that manner, which is, I find it very compelling and very wonderful from a person that's not necessarily our biological father. So
that's nice, because a lot of people that I speak to, they struggle with that. They selfishly hold on to their kids, and they think that I, as a parent, I'm going to provide all the answers. And as you heard in our previous set, you can't be everything to your kids. How would you advise other young people, male or female, around requesting that allowance to access other single dads out there that may be available to play that father figure? Surely it must be something that's daunting, but how would you advise them to reach out to relatives, friends, church members, to say, listen, this question is tough. I've got lots of things to discuss with you, but listen, make it confidential. Do you believe it's something that you can share with other young people like yourself?
Yes, I think the first things first, it has to come from you. You have to get into a space where you want to be helped. Because if you look around us, there are people that want to help you, like your network.
Yes.
But until you're acceptive of your situation and want help, it's impossible for another person to get through you. So my advice for them would be get to a point where you are connected with within yourself, self-introspection, and seek out for help, because it takes a village to raise a child, firstly.
Absolutely.
And life, you can't do it on your own. You can't necessarily have the answers that you think that you have within yourself, because we ask ourselves questions and then we have answers to them, but they aren't necessarily right. So I would say be comfortable, find a person that you can connect with on an emotional and spiritual level, because I think that's where trust comes in. If I'm not connected to you on an emotional and spiritual level, or we click that way, it's going to be hard for me to open up for you. So I'd say find that person that you're comfortable with, and that your mother is also comfortable with. And also, as parents, allow your kids just to speak, not with you there. Give your kids space. And it also has to come with the parent, the mother, because our mothers are very protective over us. They want to keep everything and the emotions around them. So they'll also have to get in their journey of healing. They also need to get to a point where they understand that they can't do it by themselves. So, and communicating to their kids, I think on offset, I heard some of the parents or you saying that we need to know that we don't have all the answers sometimes.
Of course.
Right.
We're all learning.
So within that healing journey, that's like, I need help.
I appreciate that.
So kids, go out there. If you feel like I'm not the one you want to talk to, it's okay, go talk to someone else.
That's nice.
And then maybe when they're comfortable, then we can now come as a group and say, this is what we have discovered.
I like that.
This is how we can work it out. And so...
I appreciate that. For those of you watching, wondering why are we speaking to kids about fatherhood? And again, we've started this in season 1, where even my own daughter was interviewed. The reason for this is to hear their perspective in terms of, do they feel that they've got access to father figures out there, and why they believe fathers become absent, because attention and time are the things that are very, very important. So we would like people watching to think about, does my child feel that if I'm raising them as a single mom, do they feel that they've got access to someone else whom they relate to as a father figure? The last thing, looking at this network, surely maybe your mom must have told you, we were wondering, where are we going this morning? We usually go shopping on Saturdays. I'm sure you were wondering. Having seen what we're doing in this community, how would you believe that, young people like yourself could leverage in projects and communities like this to be better kids and build relationships with their parents?
I find this network a very important network, as it opens up, I think, healing for a lot of people more than anything. I think with the social events that you want to come up with, it can really, make people realize that I'm not the only person going through this. So I'm allowed to feel how I'm feeling. I'm allowed to, just connect with other kids and figure it out all together. And I think it will just create bonds within the network, where like, oh no, I know Uncle's there. He's gonna be there to help me. So I think that's the amazing part.
That's very important. And again, those watching, that is why our slogan or mantra is building bonds. Breaking stereotypes, because in fact I wanted to ask you earlier about what stereotypes you think exist that cause children and young people like yourself to be resentful towards dads. Of course, in your case it's a bit different, but are there things that cause kids or young people to be a bit distant from their fathers? Is it because they don't provide, or are they not there? And of course, it could be something that is not from your family, but from your circle of friends that you want to share with us.
I think a few things that I've observed is the distance mostly comes from the mothers. If the mothers have resentment towards the father, it affects the kid. Because most times, parents will speak ill about their fathers. So it's like, oh, I don't want to be
associated with that guy.
With that. And I think the other stereotype is, I think mentioned before on the other episodes, is knowing if the dad can be there and be a father and play the role of a father. But sometimes I think most people don't understand what is being a father. What does the role of a father mean? So I think those stereotypes are what
are the prominent ones. The last thing I want to say to you, just as a free advice, is that understand that your mom has got tremendous pressure parenting you guys. And she's a professional, she's a mother, but also she has got her own things going on in her life. So sometimes just be aware that putting her under pressure all the time is gonna create more burden for her. So as long as you're sensitive to the fact that she's juggling many balls, professional balls, family balls, social balls, and all of these kinds of things, and I'm sure you appreciate the amount of effort she's putting into parenting, and I'm assuming that you're cognizant of it.
Yes, I think now that I'm older, I'm just like, have your life, ma'am. I realized,
I've got this covered.
We'll be okay,
We'll be okay.
I think one thing as kids that one thing we don't understand, especially when parents have been separated when you're at a young age, is that they have a life, and they're also
have a life, and they've got needs as well.
They have needs, and they're also healing from the situation, and we fail to understand that. So I think one thing that I've appreciated about myself and our journey is that I've realized that my mom is going through a lot. She's juggling. It's
overwhelming.
A lot. It's overwhelming. So I understand when she shipped us off to our grandmother for school
just for the weekend or for the holiday.
And now being as old
she
as
wants
I
space
am,
as well.
Yes, as old as I am, I'm just like, you know what?
You realize it now.
Yeah, just go. Actually, it's fine. We'll be okay. I'll take care of my little sister. It's okay. And life is short at the end of the day. You can't.
Because you don't want your mom to pause her life until all of you are 21 before she leaves again. You want her to live while you guys are growing up. And I'm glad that you're giving her that space to say, listen, go get a spa, take time off, look after yourself, pamper yourself. We're going to just spend time with the Gogo. Thank you so much for coming to talk to us, and we look forward to seeing you grow, develop, and build relationships. And again, use this network if there's something that you don't understand that's going on in your life, and maybe your uncles don't give the answers. We have a big uncle community here, and then we'll be able to assist you. I appreciate the time.
Thank you very much for having me.
No problem.
Thank you.
All the best.